saliva, your taste buds can't detect food
So
molecules.
you're telling me without my saliva, with my spit, you can't taste shit? You're nasty. Don't try. Hey, I know y'all gonna try with y'all. I know you're gonna try with your significant other. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Ew. What a fuck. Fam. I say. Fam. Yo, you got Professor Jamaican Puppy in here. You don't know. Is it? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we got 30 short random facts you didn't expect to hear. You know what I'm saying? You're in here with a class with Professor Jamaican Poppy in here, and we got class today. And take out your notebooks, take up your number 2 pencils and number 1 pencils. You know what I'm saying? You got the number 2 just in case. But pick up no chewing gum in my class. Make sure you listen. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys watch a full video, y'all. Make sure you say full attention, got your full attention. Make sure you watch a full video. If you don't want to watch a full video, your mom gonna tell your daddy, gonna tell your good grandparents to get the point. I'm gonna be the first to tell you, but your best thing. Make sure you subscribe to the fam. Road to 100 subscribers, y'all. Congrats, y'all. We hit 50 subscribers. And I'm glad to say we hit 50 subscribers. I mean, there's 50 people right here with the family for next Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a big old freaking Thanksgiving, y'all, with turkey, gravy, everything, man, with some nice stuff, baked mac and cheese. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that noti bell. But no further ado, let's get into the video.
Hey, looking for some icebreakers for your next get-together with people you know or want to know better? Well, check these out. Twins can be born several months apart. The ostrich's eyes are bigger than its brain.
Wow.
A baby is likely to have more
No wonder their head looked like that.
than 5 fingers on its hand if one of its parents has the same condition. Are these real facts or old wives' tales? Let's figure it out. The giant squid has a complex brain, which is tiny compared to the animal's body.
No.
The most astonishing thing, though, it's shaped like a donut, and the squid's esophagus, the pipe delivering food to the stomach, runs through the donut hole. It means that too big food chunks can hurt the brain. Your taste receptors won't work without saliva. Try wiping your tongue with a paper towel until it's dry, and then put a piece of your favorite food in your mouth. Spoiler, you won't taste any flavor. Unless your food is dissolved in saliva, your taste buds can't detect food molecules.
So you're telling me without my saliva, with my spit, you can't taste shit? You're nasty. Don't try. Hey, I know y'all gonna try with y'all. I know you're gonna try with your significant other. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I mean, I ain't gonna say too much, but you do you. You do you do. You do what you want to do with that fact.
The filling between Kit Kat waffles is made of other substandard Kit Kats. Let's say something's gone wrong, and a Kit Kat bar has too many bubbles or is imperfect in some other way that mars its appearance, but not the taste. No problem. It gets mashed up into a smooth paste and turned into a new bar's filling. The longest time between the birth of twins was 87 days. Then one girl was born almost 4 months before the due date, while the other waited for the appropriate time to draw her first breath. If you manage to find a body of water huge enough to fit Saturn, this gigantic planet would float on its surface. It's a gas planet made up of 94% hydrogen, 6%
So we high on gas. Oh, no, that's stupid.
helium, and tiny amounts of ammonia and methane. All these gases are less dense and lighter than water. That's why the planet wouldn't submerge. Your shoelaces keep untying because every time you walk, the knots on them are under a huge gravitational force,
I want to know.
7 times higher than normal. For comparison, the world's most powerful roller coaster makes you experience a gravitational force of 6.3 Gs. Ever seen tiny dots traveling in squiggly lines, especially while you're staring at the bright blue sky?
Yep.
The dots are only visible for a second or less and might look like itsy-bitsy worms. Those are your white blood cells moving inside the capillaries in front of your eye retina. Interestingly, most
No. So you telling me there's worms in my eyes? Now that's crazy. So I'm a mutant. I'm going to enjoy the adventures. Shoot out worms. I'm part of the adventures
Most people
now.
don't notice these dots until asked to pay attention. If a tooth was accidentally knocked out along its root, it can be placed right back in its place and it'll heal. But you should act in the first 30 minutes, otherwise it'll be too late. Starfish don't have a centralized brain. Their nervous system is evenly spread throughout their
You're gonna do that Resident Evil scene where she sliding down that thing, she got her hand, and she just grabbed her foot, she's like,
legs, or are they arms? Anyway, instead of blood, these creatures use seawater to pump different nutrients through their bodies.
Really?
The last letter added to the English alphabet wasn't Z, it was J. It's also no coincidence that I and J stand side by side. These letters started out as the same character. Doctors recognize more than 400 phobias, and some internet resources catalog almost 1,000, ranging from quite common, like the fear of darkness or spiders, to outright bizarre. For example, pogonophobics are scared of beards.
Oh, sorry. Y'all know y'all see what y'all see. Don't lie to yourself. Don't cap to yourself. Y'all know. Y'all see that beard. Y'all see this nice, beautiful beard coming in right now. Don't play yourself.
And optophobics of opening their eyes.
Here's one thing you need to do.
Y'all know I got a
before
nice
you buy anything
beard.
online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this. I can show you how.
Nah, I don't need to watch it.
The Ring of Fire is a
watch this.
horseshoe-shaped area in the Pacific Ocean that contains 452 volcanoes.
Hey, you, stop throwing that pencil in the background, y'all. Stop throwing that pencil. I'm watching you. Pay attention. Lock back in.
That's more
Tell
than
your mama.
75% of all the
Seen her
active
last
and
night,
sleeping
too.
volcanoes in the world. Almost 90% of all earthquakes, including 81% of the largest ones, happen in the Ring of Fire. Now, when you breathe through your nose, one nostril always inhales more air than the other.
Oh, yeah,
But don't
yeah.
worry, they swap over every 15 minutes or so.
Oh, that's tough.
Also, one study claims that when you breathe through your right nostril, you get more oxygen than while doing it through your left one. Who knows?
I never knew that.
Most people don't notice it, but when you aren't using your tongue, it's closer to the upper palate than to the lower one. Remember the hiss your FM radio makes when it's tuned to a frequency between stations?
Yeah.
Part of this hiss, called white noise, is the Big Bang. In other words, you still hear how the universe was created about 13.8 billion years ago.
I did
Several
not know
studies
that.
have proven that children born prematurely are twice as likely to be left-handed than babies who appear as planned.
Wow.
It would take you
That's
almost
crazy.
half a year to reach the moon if you decided to travel by car at a speed of 65 miles per hour. Never mind the
Yeah.
fact that there are no roads to
You know what I'm saying? How I drive, speeding and cutting up traffic, you know, I reach here in a day.
drive on.
Just me personally.
Otherwise, if you moved at the speed of light, the whole trip would last just a bit more than 1 second. Before color television appeared in the 1950s and 60s, 75% of people claimed they saw dreams in black and white. These days, it's only 12%. Scientists claim they found an explanation for this phenomenon. People who used to watch black and white movies and TV in their childhood dream in grayscale throughout all their lives.
Wow.
The ostrich has huge eyes the size of pool balls. They take loads of space. Probably that's why the bird's brain is so tiny, smaller than either of its eyeballs.
Damn, pause. What blue balls are you talking about?
It might be the reason why ostriches run in circles while trying to escape from predators. Tiny spiders have huge brains. An itsy-bitsy spider's central nervous system fills up almost 80% of its body, including 25% of its legs. A photon, which is a tiny packet of light, often spends more than 40,000 years to travel from the sun's core to its surface. But after that, it needs just 8 minutes to reach Earth. You can turn almost any material that's capable of melting into glass. You just have to be really quick to cool the molten substance off before its molecules realign back into what they used to be before being melted. Now, it looks as
So I
if
can turn this
flamingos'
tissue
knees bend
into glass.
backwards,
Oh, no,
but
that's
in
tough.
fact, it's their ankles, not knees. The birds spend almost all their time on tiptoes. It's hard to see their knees because they're close to the body and covered with feathers. Apples you buy at the supermarket might not be as fresh as you think.
No.
Usually, slightly unripe fruit gets picked
Yeah, y'all know that one apple that's all soggy and had that hole, that dark spot. But you know, we all still ate it.
sometime between August and November. Then they get waxed, dried with hot air, boxed, and left in cold storage. Only 6 to 12 months later, these apples finally land on the supermarket shelves. The leech has its body divided into 32 separate segments, and each of them has its own brain. By the way,
Wow,
this creature also has 10 stomachs. Says right here.
Wow.
In the early days of photography, a wide-open smile was seen as childish and rather impolite. That's why photographers told people to say cruel
Yo, who's girls? She's like, yeah, that looks scared now. I ain't gonna
spoons
cap.
instead of cheese.
What she
This
looking-
word kept the
something behind
mouth
me?
shut. Polydactyly, the condition when a person has more than 5 fingers or toes on one or each hand or foot, can be genetically
I am mutant.
inherited. In other words, this condition can be passed to a baby by one of its parents. Sloths, the slowest animals on the planet, are surprisingly good
Cat. It's a turtle.
swimmers. They have strong arms that help them move through the water. The animals can also slow their heart rate down to 1/3 of its normal pace. It allows them to hold their breath for up to 40 minutes while they're underwater. Lobsters, wouldn't you know, have very poor vision. That's why they get to know about their environment through touch, smell, and taste. But unlike most animals, lobsters taste by using tiny bristles inside their smaller claws called pincers. These bristles play the role of taste buds. Oh, by the way, the lobster's teeth are in its stomach.
Wow.
9-banded armadillos always give birth to 4 genetically identical babies. After birth, the little ones stay with their mother for half a year or so.
Yo! That one has a little peewee. What is that? You got a little peewee, a little ling-ling.
Then leave
that's
to
fast.
have
I
their
wanna
own
see it.
lives, dodging cars as they run across highways in Texas. Little daredevils. Hey, if you learned something
Why do you say like little daredevils? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something today. I hope I put a smile face. I hope you have a good old day the rest of your day today with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button. Make sure you hit that like button. But no further ado, stay tuned.